A reading from the Gospel of Matthew. While Jesus was going up to Jerusalem, he took the 12 disciples aside by themselves and said to them on the way, "See, we are going up to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man will be handed over to the chief priests and scribes, and they will condemn him to death. Then they will hand him over to the Gentiles to be mocked and flogged and crucified, and on the third day he will be raised." Then the mother of the sons of Zebedee came to him with her sons, and kneeling before him, she asked a favour of him. And he said to her, "What do you want?" She said to him, "Declare that these 2 sons of mine will sit, one at your right hand and one at your left, in your kingdom." But Jesus answered, "You do not know what you are asking. Are you able to drink the cup that I am about to drink?" They said to him, "We are able." He said to them, "You will indeed drink my cup, but to sit at my right hand and at my left, this is not mine to grant, but it is for those for whom it has been prepared by my Father." When the 10 heard it, they were angry with the 2 brothers, but Jesus called them to him and said, "You know that the rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and their great ones are tyrants over them. It will not be so among you, but whoever wishes to be great among you must be your servant, and whoever wishes to be first among you must be your slave. Just as the Son of Man came, not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life a ransom for many." They're going up to Jerusalem, and immediately before this passage, Jesus has just told the rather disconcerting parable of the man who calls people to come and work in his land at different hours throughout the day, and then pays them all the same wage, causing the people who came first of all in the morning to grumble that they are being hard done by, despite the fact that they are being paid a fully appropriate wage. Jesus makes a rather difficult point in that parable about generosity and inclusion, and then it is followed by the mother of the sons of Zebedee using her elbows, as it were, to try and get her 2 sons to the front of the queue when it comes to handing out prominence in the kingdom of heaven. Jesus, of course, is having none of it, and I imagine that he is more than a little upset that the meaning of the parable that he has just told has been lost on some of his very closest followers. And so he throws out the challenge, "Can you drink the cup that I'm going to drink?" Which is great, because you can, and tradition tells us absolutely that they did. But nevertheless, says Jesus, it's not about a reward, and you shouldn't worry about a reward. And the reason you shouldn't worry about a reward is that everyone is going to get a generous reward, in the context of which it really doesn't matter which seat you get at the table of the eternal banquet, because when you get there, you're going to be so glad to be there that nothing else could matter. To be in the loving presence of God for eternity, that's when it truly and genuinely doesn't get any better. So stop focusing on needless details and live out a life in this lifetime that's really worthy of such an astonishing and generous reward. If we can live like that this Lent and throughout our lives, then we can really start to make the world so much more Christ-like. Amen.